Hey guys, welcome to our lesson for today. Today we're going to be discussing question formation and sharing of personal information. Here are the aims for today's lesson. Our objectives are as follows: to be able to understand and complete a variety of basic personal information forms, to be able to respond to questions in order to provide basic personal information including spelling, to be able to ask questions in order to obtain basic personal information from others. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know, everywhere you see the pause button, it means that you can pause the video to have more time to complete the exercises. Next, we have a super simple matching activity. See if you can guess what type of information we are dealing with today. We have a super simple game to highlight exactly what type of information we will be looking at in this lesson. To match picture to title, merely give the number and its corresponding letter. For example, 1A. Continue. Next, we have a dialogue. As you read the dialogue, try considering to yourself what type of information is being asked for, what type of information is being given. Discuss this amongst yourselves. Good morning. Welcome to Merryweather Limited.
Good morning.
I'll be entering your personal information into our computer database. What is your first name?
My name is Clara.
Can you spell that for me?
Sure. Clara.
What is your last name?
Paxton. Paxton.
What is your address?
I live at 22nd Old Lake Road, OLD LAKE in Miami. My postal code is Clara 5 Dog 2 Peter 8.
What is your telephone number?
My telephone number is 264-585-1320.
Who should we call in case of emergency?
My husband. His name is Matthew Paxton.
What is his work telephone number?
His work telephone number is 284-323-8009, extension 254.
Thank you, Clara. It was nice to meet you. It is interesting to learn exactly what our personal information is. Discuss among yourselves instances where our personal information would be used. Discuss. Okay, we're going to get right into question formation. First of all, I would like to give you a little word which helps in forming questions, which I came up with. Quasmo. Take a little piece of paper, write this down as it's very important. It can help you know exactly how to form your sentences. Quasmo. So what is Quasmo? Let me help you. So Quasmo basically is used to let you know exactly the order in which words are in a question. in the question sentence. All right. So you'd start off with the question word, then you'd come to the auxiliary verb, then you'd have the subject, then you'd have the main verb, then you'd have the object or other information. For example, why did she do that? Why? That's the question word. Did? That's the auxiliary verb. She? That's the subject. Do? That's the main verb. That is the object or other information. So the question word, different types of question words, why, when, who, that would be at the beginning of the sentence. In this case, why. Then the auxiliary verb differs according to the various tenses that you have, but in the case that we have today, why did is the auxiliary verb, alright? So why did she do that? So basically an auxiliary verb is a helping verb. It helps you understand the mood and the tenses for the sentences. But it's also known as a helping verb, alright? Okay, then we have our subject. Our subject is basically who or what, the thing that something is happening to. For example, why did she do that? So, who is doing the doing? Who is doing the doing? She is doing the doing. Why did she do that? Alright? A very simple way of locating the subject is to first find the verb, and then when you find the verb, you must ask yourself who or what is doing the verb or is being affected by the verb. And then from there you'd be able to locate the subject. For example, he is eating food. Who is doing the eating? He is doing the eating. He is eating food. So in that case, the subject would be the he. Then the main verb, of course, is the main verb. In our case, why did she do that? The main verb is do, our verb being the doing word. We will look at examples in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. We have our examples for today. So earlier on, we discussed the Quasmo sentence structure hint or tip for question formation sentences. So we're just going to look at a couple of examples that we have here. So here we have our sentence here. What time did the plane what time did the plane leave? So in this sentence, what time would be and fall under the category of the question word. Did would be the auxiliary verb. The plane would be the subject, and then leave would be the main verb. Earlier on, I explained that the auxiliary verb changes according to tenses. So basically, for the perfect tense, the helping verb is have, right? and the main verb is in the past participle form. And then for continuous tenses, the helping verb is be, and the main verb is in the past participle form. As an example, if we had the sentence, where was she going? Right? Where was she going? In that case, where was she going? Going, it's past continuous, going. So the auxiliary verb in that case would be was. Where was she going? So in that case, the auxiliary verb is now was. But if we were to, let's say, have a sentence that's in the present perfect tense, why have you done that? That's the question. Why have you done that? In that scenario, as you can see, the auxiliary verb has changed now to have. So the auxiliary verb, it changes according to the tenses. There's no set particular auxiliary verb to use all the time. It changes according to the tenses. So that is something which I just wanted to highlight. Alright. So let's go back to our examples here. So we have our second example. Where were you last week? So this sentence, it is in where were you last week? This particular sentence, the tense that it is in the past continuous tense. That is why, as you can see here, our auxiliary verb is were. Where were you last week? Alright. So in this case, where would be the question word, were would be the auxiliary verb, you would be the subject, last week would be other information object. Alright. Our third example here, where is he working? So for example, here you can already see working, so it is continuous. Right? So here, where is he working? Is would be the auxiliary verb, where would be the question word, is the auxiliary verb, he the subject word, working the main verb. But as you can see, the structure always remains the same. It always follows the Quasmo structure, right? As you can see, the sentences differ in tenses and it follows the Quasmo. Note you only make use of the Quasmo sentence structure when you begin with a question word, alright? What time? Where? Alright? If you're asking a yes or no question, for example, if let's say the question here wasn't where is he working, let's just quickly change it to a yes or no question. If we change this question instead to is he working, do note the structure still remains the same. The only thing that differs is that the question word would disappear. So it still follows the same structure. But instead of it being quasmo, it would just be the asmo part. Alright? But it still would follow the structure. Alright, then that is it for question formation. We look at a few more examples. What do you want for breakfast? Here, what is the question word. Do is the auxiliary verb. You is the subject. Want is the main verb. For breakfast is the object or other information. Example 2. What vitamins has the doctor prescribed? What vitamins would fall under question word. Has would be the auxiliary or helping verb. The doctor would be the subject. Prescribed would be the main verb. Example 3. Where does the nurse keep the bandages? Where would be the question word. Does would be the auxiliary or helping verb. The nurse would be the subject. Keep would be the main verb, and the bandages would be the object or other information. Next, we have a grammar activity. See as to whether you can make use of quasmo in the following grammar exercises. Good luck! In our next exercise, we will try making questions using the information which is required on the form. For example, in the instance whereby a name is required, the full question which is asked for this would be, what is your name? On the form, there is an indication there where we are required to fill out our age. The question which would be asked in this instance, the full question would be, how old are you? Or, what is your age? Understand? Try looking at the forms and making your own question for each different category. Answer. Here we have a look at the most frequently used vocabulary in form filling. So we start off with forename. So your forename would be your first name. Last name or surname is your family name. Current address would be where you live now. Previous address would be the address you lived in last. Occupation is the job that you are currently doing. Spouse name would be the name of your husband or wife. NI number would be your national insurance number. Home telephone or contact number would be the phone number in your house. Mobile number would be your personal phone number. Alternative contact number would be another number you can be contacted on in case your mobile number isn't working. And then your signature is where you would sign in your name. Your marital status is when you say whether you are married or not. When they ask you to fill the form in block capitals, it means that you should use capital letters alone. When they ask for your DBO, they mean your date of birth. When they ask for your convictions, they are asking if you have been guilty of a crime. Next of kin, you would state your nearest or closest relatives. NA, or not applicable, is something you would fill out when something does not apply to you. Your title is whether you are a Mr., Mrs., Miss, or Sir. Dependents are any family members who rely on you for help with money. Gender is whether you are a male or female. And when they ask for your full forename, you would have to write your first as well as your middle name in full. Everyone, we have now come to the end of the lesson for today. If you want to see similar content, please hit the subscribe button. Please like and please leave your comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being with me. Bye.